Hello friends, welcome back to Webronaq. In this video, we're going to talk about something really useful in C programming, the while loop. We'll understand what it is, how it works, and see a simple example that'll make the whole concept crystal clear. So let's get into it. All right, take a look at this code on the screen. This is a very basic C program that uses a while loop to print numbers. Don't worry if it looks a bit technical at first. I'll walk you through it line by line. At the top, we have #include studio.h. This is the standard input-output library in C. In simple words, it lets us use functions like printf to print things on the screen. Every C program that shows output needs this line. Then we have int main. This is the main function, the starting point of every C program. Whatever we write inside the curly braces of main is what the program actually runs. Now look at line 4. We've created a variable called I and set its value to 10. Think of a variable as a small box that holds a number. Here, that box is named I and it's holding the value 10.
Next comes the real hero of this video, the while loop on line 6. The while loop tells the computer, keep repeating this block of code as long as my condition is true. In our case, the condition is I greater than or equal to 1. Which means as long as I is greater than or equal to 1, keep running. Inside the loop, we have two lines. The first one, printf %d/n, prints the current value of I on the screen. The %d is a placeholder for a number, and /n just moves the cursor to the next line so each number appears on its own line. The second line inside the loop is I minus minus. This decreases the value of I by 1 every time the loop runs. So I becomes 9, then 8, then 7, and so on. Here's the logic in plain English. The program starts with I equal to 10. It checks the condition, prints the number, then reduces I by 1. It keeps doing this until I becomes 0. At that point, the condition becomes false and the loop stops. So the output on screen will be numbers from 10 all the way down to 1. And finally, return 0 at the end just tells the system that the program finished successfully. The key thing to remember is this. A while loop always needs two things to work properly. A condition that can eventually become false, and something inside the loop that actually changes toward that condition. If we forget to decrease I here, the loop would run forever. That's called an infinite loop, and we want to avoid it. Now let's move on and see what happens next.
All right, and here's the sample output of that program. Look at this. The numbers are printed from 10 all the way down to 1, each one on its own line. Exactly what we expected. Let me quickly walk you through what happened behind the scenes. The loop started with I equal to 10. The condition 10 is greater than or equal to 1 was true, so it printed 10 and then reduced I to 9. Then it checked again. 9 is still greater than or equal to 1, so it printed 9 and dropped I to 8. This kept repeating. When I finally became 1, the condition was still true, so 1 got printed too, and then I dropped to 0. Now the condition 0 is greater than or equal to 1 is false, so the loop stopped right there. That's why you see numbers from 10 down to 1 and nothing below that. The beautiful thing about this logic is that it's the same in almost every programming language. Whether you're writing this in Python, Java, JavaScript, or C++, the while loop works exactly the same way. Check the condition, run the block, update the variable, repeat. Only the syntax changes slightly, but the thinking stays identical. So to wrap it up, a while loop runs as long as a condition is true. Always make sure the condition can eventually become false, otherwise the loop will never stop. Start with a value, set a clear condition, and update that value inside the loop. That's the whole recipe. If this video helped you understand while loops clearly, hit that like button, subscribe to Webronaq, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. We've got more C programming videos coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.